Wow. All right, good. So, I recognize so many of your faces, and that's pretty cool. For those of you who I don't recognize and I have not met before, I hope I get a chance to chat with you during the break and afterwards. 200,000 years ago, women got one of their very first evolutionary breaks, and I think 1998 was the second one when Spanx came out. In 2010, men's Spanx came out. In 200,000 years ago, when we were in the caves, an interesting thing evolved that actually made us pretty uniquely human. We were not the fastest beast in the forest. We were not the strongest beast in the forest. We're not the fiercest beast in the forest, so we had to become the smartest beast in the forest. And in doing so, our brains grew, our craniums began to grow, and we developed something called the prefrontal cortex, or the neocortex, that this big front part of your brain. And as it grew, our craniums grew. And when our craniums grew, our bodies did not evolve. And so, ladies, what happened was that you delivered your children at about 9 months, when indeed you should have gone about 3 years and 4 months. Can you imagine? So evolution gave you a break. If you were going to gestate properly for the human brain to be completely intact, you would go about 3 years and 4 months. But you couldn't do it because the human brain did not fit down the birth canal. So at 9 months, we born a child, and we were the only beast out there in the world that actually could not survive. We couldn't survive, we could not thrive. We came out, we're just, doing the whole flippy-floppy kind of thing. And so as a species, I mean, look at every other species. Look at deer, moose, elk, cattle. They're delivered, they get up, they can feed themselves, they can actually, within a few hours, run from their predators. Human beings could not do that because we were growing this amazing machinery inside of our head that has created everything that you see in front of you. Everything. Everything that you're touching, everything you're looking at, we are the only animal in the world that can, at least this world, can create it. And it takes considerable resources. So in that considerable resource, of course, then again we get back to the physiology. We now have this human baby on the ground doing its thing, flipping, flopping. And so what we did as a species, interestingly enough, is that we rallied around that flippy floppy child, looked at it and went, huh, if we're going to survive, and I don't know if these were the exact words that were used. If we are going to survive, we need to take care of each other. And we are currently the only species in the world that nurtures its young all the way to and through adulthood. And we do it because not only do we have to, but we have evolved in a way that actually requires us to. And today what we're going to talk about is this merging of the brain physiology with the sociology that is so incredibly important to our communities, to our organizations, to individuals. Because if you get just this one concept, and this is the only thing that you take away for the rest of the day, it is that the brain is a social organism. The human brain is a social organism, and if you can understand how it's set up, how it thrives, how it survives, how it interacts with other human organisms, you will understand how to motivate people, how they learn, how they grow, how they engage.